So I'm sure some of you kids probably want some extra points. So I decided to put some bonus points on that IXL quiz. Here's the questions. I'll go through the majority of it. I'll leave the rest of it for you to figure out. So approximate the distance between the origin and the line, 5x plus 3y is 4. Obviously, the first thing you want to do is graph that line. That goes there. 3y is a negative 5x plus 4. And we divide by 3, negative 5/3 of x plus 4/3. So this thing crosses somewhere between 1 and 2. It doesn't have to be perfect. And from there it falls 5, runs 3. Or sorry, falls 5, yeah, falls 5, runs 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Run 3 right. It doesn't even have to be perfect. The whole point of this is so you actually see what's going on. You're supposed to find the distance between this and the origin. Distance is a concept of perpendicularity. All right, it's a concept of perpendicularity. So the shortest path is going to be the perpendicular path. That's your shortest path. What that means is that when you draw this length in, it's going to form a right angle. And there's no way of telling where that point is, even if you guess. I mean, even if you have grid paper. This is where the shortest path is. That's the location, all right? Well, the nice thing is I know about perpendicular lines. Now, what I know about this little line segment I drew in is that it passes through the origin 0, 0. So I can actually use y equals mx plus b. So the perpendicular path has the equation y equals 3/5 of x plus 0 because there's the y-intercept is 0. So there's the big start on this, establishing the perpendicular path. Now, what I want to know is I want to know this ordered pair here. All right, I've got this intersection between negative 5/3 of x plus 4/3 and 3/5 of x. So I'm going to use the transitive property, and I'm going to set those two things equal to each other because they both happen to equal y. And that's going to enable me to get my x coordinate. So I've got a whole bunch of ugly fractions. I'm going to 15 this thing. Probably should use a different color than purple. By 15 it, the front piece becomes a 9x. The middle piece becomes a negative 25x. And the last piece becomes what, a 20? And x is on one side, numbers on the other. If I add 25 and 9, I think I get 34. So 34x is 20. Divide by 34, I've got 20 34ths. Both even, 10/17. What an ugly value for x. 10/17. All right, I have x. I get y by plugging into an equation. Y has got to be 3/5. Remember that 3/5 x equation? Y has to be 3/5 of 10/17, which is 30 over what? 50/85? Yeah. I don't know why I just didn't do this. It's really stupid of me. I've just done that. Called it 6/17. That's what it reduces to. Okay, that was the gist of it. So I'm going to save this part for you. Go over here and minimize. Your task is to find the distance between that point and the origin, and I would suggest that you use distance formula. So you need to find the distance between 10/17, 6/17, and the origin, which is at 0, 0, thankfully. And I would use distance formula. It's going to be a real god-awful number. It's okay to use decimals, round to the nearest hundredth. Actually, yeah, nearest hundredth will do it. Second decimal place should do it. If I can spell. Hundredth. There we go, nearest hundredth. That's how you do that one. All right, I think I got enough time here to do another one. So let me grab your quiz. A committee of 3 cats and 2 dogs. I'm going to give you the setup on this and show you where it's at in the calculator. I don't know if we'll get to this or not in Algebra 2. It's a section called Combinations and Permutations. It's later on in the game. Probably shouldn't put this on here. Because you really have to use a calculator for this. But anyways, that's for me to worry about at a later date. A committee of 3 cats and 2 dogs is to be chosen from a group of 12 cats and 8 dogs. Determine a number of different ways of selecting the committee. You're going to do something called choosing. You're going to choose 3 cats from 12. 12 cats, you're going to choose 3. You're going to multiply that by 2 dogs of 8. 8 dogs, choose 2. The probability is the total number of ways an event can happen divided by the total number of, is the number of ways the chosen event can happen over the total number of ways an event can happen. So we're going to pick 5 things from a grouping of, looks like 20. We put those together, that's 20 out of 20. That's kind of how you do it. So 12 choose 3 times 8c choose 2, sitting over 20 choose 5. Little things to pay attention here. 12 and 8 makes 20. 3 and 2 makes 5. So where is that stupid choose choice at? Under math, actually. And 12, math, number. Actually, sorry, not number. It's under probability, PRB. And you'll see it right there, NCR, N choose. So that's how you do 12 choose 3. Want to do 8 choose 2, 8, math, probability, choose 2. You can find out each of those individual pieces, and then you can compute the probability. So I'll leave that to you. That's how you do it in TI4. All right. Maybe I can get another one in. Right there she is. 15 is actually what you've been doing all week. Oops. If a plus bi is 4 plus I divided by 1 minus I, then what is a plus b? So what they're really asking you to do here is they're asking you to write the number in standard form and then figure out what a plus b is. So that's all they're asking you to do. Don't let the context of the wording confuse you. They're saying write in standard form, which is a plus bi, and then add a and b. All right. So this one is the one that's been throwing a lot of kids off. I know it's kind of gruesome here, but you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by the complex conjugate of 1 minus I, which is 1 plus I. Now, when you're done with this, I don't know what the answer is going to be, but say the answer is 5 minus 6i. If that's what it is, then you're going to do 5 plus a negative 6 and get negative 11 to follow the context of what they're asking here. That's not negative 11, that's negative 1. And that's going to be how you come up with that answer. All right. But I'm assuming that you can handle this 4 plus I times 1 plus I over 1 minus I times 1 plus I, because you had to do it in Excel. And then just take it one step farther and do something that makes no mathematical sense whatsoever to do. They're just doing it trying to make the problem a little more challenging. That's all. All right, so there's 3 of your bonus hints.